Religious symbols are some iconic ways of representing the beliefs, ideals, and rituals of a specific religion. Symbols are not just limited to religions but sometimes widely used by countries, militaries, political parties, and other communities with common ideologies. In the modern world, it's easy to determine what community in the history a symbol belonged to, and then all of a sudden, you see this. You might get confused like what on earth exactly does this point out to? Chances are you may feel it's a symbol made by a heavy metal band in the 90s. But this symbol has its own history and traditions which can be traced back to the persecuted church. Yeah, it was an ancient Christian symbol before this one began to trend and widely accepted. Though it looks like a fish, originally it is known as an Icthyus symbol. According to Christian art and literature, this symbol dates back to the 2nd and 3rd century period when early Christians were widely persecuted by the Roman Empire. In the early church, the Icthyus symbol held the most sacred significance. Christians used it to recognize churches and other believers through this symbol, presumably because a fish symbol is less suspicious than a cross symbol, making it a perfect secret symbol for persecuted believers. When threatened by Romans in the first centuries after Christ's death, they would use this symbol to mark their meeting places and tombs, especially to distinguish friends from foes. According to ancient stories, when a Christian meet a stranger in the road, the Christian sometimes drew one arc of the simple fish outline in the dirt. If the stranger drew the other arc, both believers knew they were in good company by identifying each other's faith, and this kept their community meetings safe from oppressors. Okay, now that we know the fish symbol played a major role in the early church, let's see what exactly does this stands for. Icthyus is a backronym combined by the Greek letters iota, chi, theta, epsilon, sigma. These are first letters of the phrase Jesus Christos Theos Huios Soter, which translate into Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior. Let's see how it works. Iota stands for Icthyus, which is Jesus in English. Chi stands for Christos, Christ or anointed. Theta is of course for Theos, which is for of God. And epsilon for Huios, which is for Son. And sigma is for Savior. The statement Jesus Christ, Son of God, Savior affirmed the belief of early Christians in the twofold nature of Jesus Christ being both fully human and fully divine. The belief in Jesus Christ being true man and true God completes the most holy Trinity. That is the basic article of the Christian faith. A 4th century AD adaptation of Icthyus as a wheel contains the letter iota, chi, theta, epsilon, sigma superimposed such that the result resembles an 8-spoked wheel. But there are several other hypotheses as to why the fish was chosen. Possibly in the Gospel, fish are mentioned and given symbolic meanings several times. For example, several of Jesus' 12 apostles were fishermen. He commissions them with the word, I will make you fishermen of men, which is mentioned in Mark 1 verses 16 to 18. After resurrection, Jesus had grilled fish in a meeting with his disciples, and then feeding of 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes, parable of drawing in the net, and many more instances where fish were used to symbolize to teach the gospel could have been the very basic idea behind using the fish symbol by the early church. But today nobody knows about the history of this symbol used in the Christian faith. Solely tells us that the early church had a purpose to use this symbol, not just to stand out in the crowd of other religious fanatics, but to mark them safe as a community from the other oppressors. Then in the modern world, if we see how a symbol is being used, it doesn't cater any purpose. Instead, it is used to identify people from different sects and religion. Which means the Jesus fish symbol was a very crucial symbol for the believers in the history than the cross symbol, which is more widely accepted and recognized.